All right, folks, it's March 1915. It's the Ides of March. Look out for somebody coming up and stab you in the back. It's bloody out there, I tell you that much. March has been kicked off because the Western Front, it got clear weather and everybody just went helmet. Can't even talk. It's so bad out there. All right, they basically cut this city off here. I think that's Nice that's underneath right here. And the Austrians took it with the help of some Germans and Italians. They just kind of surrounded it and smashed it. And got a defender eliminated, so that took that out. That was like a 3-1 attack. They did a 2-1, I think it was, right here. And they were defender demoralized, so they just pulled back right there. And these guys over here, they just since the weather's clear, they're getting up here and they're looking at this rail line. They're going to cut this off if they can. If these guys don't get some troops down here, this is going to be really bad real quick, because that's Cav right there. If that Cav can get into the backfield over here, they can just start rampaging around until they get hunted down. That's going to be bad. And obviously these guys are digging in, so there should be another. I got to put the fort marker right there. There should be a fort marker there. Just got to remember to do that. Since it's still snowy over here on the Eastern Front, the Russians had pulled back. The Austrians, being slow at this, that they are. They don't. Some of these artillery units, like these guys, only have a one movement, so they're just kind of inching along. These has a 2 movement, and they did maintain contact with them when they pulled back, except for right there. They just couldn't do it. Now up here, the Russian front has just collapsed. We had a successful attack right here, took those guys out. There was an exchange attack that happened here and lost a bunch of troops. You can see there's a big pile of dead Germans right there because the Russians took them with them. They had a successful attack right here and just smashed, these guys here smashed into that unit, took them out. And then they had a defender demoralized here, so the Russians lost 1 unit without, not worrying about breaking the line too much. So that's pretty much it right there. So it's been a bloody mess on the Eastern Front and kind of a bloody mess for the French on the Western Front. So I'll just see what happens here. It's not looking good. The Eastern Front is collapsing pretty much. I think if we get some clear weather right here, that's going to probably, which will help the supply lines be extended. So that will help the Germans start just motoring along, because right now they're at the extent of their supply line on one edge right here. That's all they can do. And if that goes out, then they can start extending out. Same with the Austrians. The Austrians can just pull up and maintain contact, and that's it. They can't go any farther. All right, we'll be back. All right, here we are at the bottom of the 1915. It's March, Allied turn. And instead of doing any spoiling attacks over here, the French are just thinking, well, maybe we should dig in. And they've stripped all of their troops that they had in reserve up here behind the lines, and they're moving them south. And you see here, it's a big pile up. It's like that big hole that was there. They suddenly realized the massive threat that was being posed to them by all these troops. Suddenly, nobody to stop them from getting into their backfield. The vineyards were in danger, so they filled the gap. So now there's a whole bunch of corps moving in, filling it all in. Now they did do one spoiling attack. It was 3-1 odds right here. They attacked here at 3-1, and they rolled a 1. Believe it or not, they rolled a 1. And ended up being attacker demoralized. So instead of having this unit, and this unit all have to retreat, and demoralized, they said, well, we're going to just remove the one unit that is the most strength unit, which happened to be the British. Okay, the British, that's a big deal. One of their 6-8 units, but that unit, once it's gone, can't come back. It comes back as a 5. So unfortunately, it's one of the prices you pay. It's like, yeah, it's like, who would think that tacking at 3-1 odds that you would have, be in your favor? But the Italians held out. They decided that living in the hills was a good deal. So that's not good. Now over here, they just holding the line over here. They're digging in, entrenching here. The bug out order happened here, so they're going to try to fall back and see where the supply lines are for the Germans and try to get out of the supply line and then dig in and create a new trench line, like they're doing here. And hopefully they can make sure things... Oh, that reminds me. This guy that's right here needed to go to... He doesn't have artillery. He needs to go right there. Okay. Forgot to move him. But that's pretty much it right there. So that's everything. Now we have the reinforcement phase, intern phase. All right, so now we got to go into the variable entry. Turkey's already in the war. Bulgaria will come into the war on a 4 plus 1. Yes, because we got 1 red city. Rolled a 3, so Bulgaria just entered the war. So Bulgaria is in the war. And now we got Romania. I need a 6, because you see right here, Romania, on a 1, they would automatically come in for the Allies, but I was a +1 to the die roll, so. Oh, there it is. Where's that? There's 6. So, guess what? Romania just came in the war on the Central Power side. Oh, man. They smell the blood in the water. It's like they're looking for territory. It's like, well, if the Russians are getting their butt kicked on the Eastern Front, maybe we can join the war and grab some territory from them while they're in trouble. So I think that's what's happening here. So Bulgaria came into the war. Romania is in the war. Greece will come into the war on a 6. I need to roll another 6. Let's see if we can do it. Nope, it's a 3. So Greece is still neutral. So they don't like that. Probably because they don't trust the Turks. I wouldn't trust the Turks. So that's pretty much it. The only country that's not in this war right now is the United States and Greece. And we're not worrying about the United States for a while because there's no way they can come in. Well, I guess they could come in 1915 if I roll a 1. Let me see. Oh, rolled a 2. So the United States did not come into the war. Woo! That would have been really interesting. Okay, we'll be back.